How we doing, guys? Let us hope that today there's no hitch on get. Rob Ashford, what's up, Rob? Surely we will see one Pete Auto pulled out of the million cases Dune has of Series 2. Let's hope today is a day, Rob. Let us hope today is a day for that. Let us hope today is a day for that. How we doing today, guys? Friday. It is Friday. We have breaks all day on Friday. I don't think we're going to wait. I think we're just going to dig in. So I hope you all are having a nice Friday. It is, before I dig in, I got to get top loaders. Darn it. What's up, Garrett? I need to just buy a couple $1,000 load of top loaders. I think I will. Woo, 12 days in a row, man. Congratulations. I'm happy it's your Friday. Dang. I would not want to work. Well, I say that. Mine's different, though. Mine's different. All right, crack open some top loaders, and then we will be ready to roll. Yeah, I saw that. I'm gonna reserve my opinion on that whole thing, and just say that 2020 is a weird year for baseball. That's all I'm gonna say there. That is my opinion. 2020 is a weird year for baseball. Uh-oh, dang it. Hold on, one more thing. One more thing, and then we can go. Okay, where are we at? There we go. Dang it. I've been watching previews that are on the MLB or the look-ins. That's been kind of fun. It's nice to be able to finally be talking about baseball. Hold on one sec for me. Sorry, guys. I forgot to put up the first reminder for the top sliding case. So my bad. I am sad about the DH rule as well. I dislike the DH rule. I think it what separates the leagues. I don't like it in any way, shape, or form. Thank you, son. But you know what I'm saying? You know what? I would love that. And why not? And why not? That is my thing for the Giants. Why not? You would do one of two things. One of two things would happen, and both of them positive. One, you would put more paper cardboard people in the stands. For sure. More cardboard people would come to the games if you signed Barry Bonds back. And number two, what do you got to lose? What do you got to lose? I mean, that's, to me, that's the thing. You've got nothing to lose if you sign Barry back. You know, you have, and that's the thing for the Giants. What do you, and guess what might just happen? Barry might come back and just actually play halfway decent. How cool would that be? And it could be one of those improbable seasons where you sign Barry Bonds back, the guy hits 25 home runs, which he could do. I really do think he could hit 25 home runs, especially in that short porch in San Francisco in right field. And you might have a contender. You might have a contender. It would be a crazy story, but why not? I mean, this is a year to do it. Do dumb things. Why not? You know? Heck yeah, at 55, Barry Bonds has one of the best eyes in the history of the game. At 55, I still think that he could hit the majority of these guys' fastball. I do believe that he could hit. I really do believe that. Rhys Hoskins is a 15. And more importantly, hey, Garlic. More importantly, I believe Barry thinks he can do it. And I think that is the more important part. Oh, man, I'd watch every game. I would definitely buy one of those cardboard cutout face things and let him put it somewhere in the stands for me. I think that's what the Giants are doing. Oh, man, come on. That would be the story of the year. That would be the story of the year. In and amongst all the craziness that will be this baseball season, that would be the story of the year. And every single time the guy came up to bat, they would cut away to watch him. They would cut away to watch him. I couldn't find that story. Is that a real story or just somebody speculating that the Giants could do that because of this year? Alan Dickerson. Because that would be, I mean, honestly, that would just be, and that's the thing to me, is that I'm not a person, well, why should we? It's why not? Why shouldn't you? I mean, honestly, why shouldn't you? You're talking about a shortened season where the odds of you making the World Series and making the playoffs are long. Why not? Oh man, that'd be the great one. And that would start my the first person for my all PED team. You know what I'm saying? I honestly, if I were the Giants and I could get him cheap, I would do it. I would chalk this year up to whatever happens, you know, and whatever. I guarantee you'll be the most talked about team in baseball. It was on Yahoo Sports. Well, that's the first problem is I don't read Yahoo Sports. So I guess I need to. Ozzy. I guess I need to look for it, but right? Am I wrong? Why not? That's my thing. He doesn't. I don't know why. You know, I'm sure it has something to do with his PED history, Zach. I'm sure it has something. And what's up, Zach? And I'm sure it has something to do with his reputation. And I'm sure it has something to do with the fact that he has his own website and sells his own stuff. Scott, that is a good question. Could he? That is one of the. That's a very relevant question. I think he could. If you look at his head is back down to normal size. I bet you he could pass. The question is, could his knee hold up? But if you only need somebody to DH, I mean, honestly, why not? If you only need the guy to DH, what else is he going to do? That would be funny, though. It wouldn't be, but it would be if he came back and they tested him and he tested positive. Oh, crap. What happened? Oh, no, that's not funny. But it is funny. I think he would pass. Hey, look at that. Out of 50, Manny Machado. I would hope that he's no longer doing them. I don't know. I don't think he would. I don't think he would. I would if I were the Giants, I would do it. Because this is for them. This is for them. This is a throwaway season for the Giants. I mean, it really is a throwaway season for the Giants. And if you can do something to entertain your fans, and the fans would love it. People in San Francisco would love it. They would love to see Barry Bonds playing. They would love to see him DHing. And you know what? It might be an absolute and total fiasco. He might not even hit 200. He might not hit anything out. But the thing is, they would watch every single game, and every single Giants fan would root for him as hard as they could. Every single one. Because as much as he is hated by people outside of San Francisco, he is loved by the people in San Francisco. Josh Hader. And I can say that without fear of anyone contradicting that. He is loved in San Francisco. Josh Hader's at 15. And it would, and I'm already going to watch all the games, but I'd watch him even more. Yeah, maybe. You know what? But I bet you they had him up there and they showed him doing batting practice, and he was still hitting them out in batting practice. The guy was up there hitting him out in batting practice, and 55. Is it improbable? Heck yeah. And he might get hurt right away. All those things could happen, but again, why not? That's Zach. You are 100% right. He was a Hall of Famer before all that happened. And again, I'm just in the why not mode. Why not bring Ken Griffey Jr. back to Seattle? Not that I've seen that story, but why not? Why? What would it hurt to do that? You've got no chance already. Why not bring him back and let him be your DH? If he just gets, how many do you have to get into to make it worthwhile? Ken Griffey Jr. back in Seattle would just need to get into one, right? He would just need to get into one. And people would lose their minds everywhere. You'd hear the whole world cheering, America anyway. And I mean, and then it would make it a great story, right? He only had to give into one. Sammy Sosa and the Cubs, I'm not sure that they have as deep of a relationship as Griffey does with the Mariners and Bonds with the Giants. I just, how many do you have to make it a great story? Ooh, is this an autograph? Look, we already had, so we have some kind of patch auto coming, because we already had this and we already had this. So this must be a patch auto. Patch auto. It is a patch auto of Joey Votto, look at that beautiful thing. Joey Votto, 1 of 5. Wow, that is nice. Look at that pretty thing. Look at that. Joey Votto, 1 of 5. That is nice. Who has the Cubs? I like it. Who has the Cubs in this bad boy? Matt Hagman. Good for you, Matt. Purdy. Where's Hagman at? How come he's not here? You should be here to see this. Joey Votto, this is a pretty tough auto. Joey Votto is, I couldn't even tell you if I've ever pulled another Joey Votto auto. That's how rarely I've seen them. Did I say Cubs? I meant Reds if I said Cubs, but it's the Reds. 1 out of 5. I mean, that's a tough auto. I'm projecting. So nice hit for Matt Hagman. Reds. Oh no, I don't want you. Joey Votto out of 5. Joey Votto. Robert Duggar out of 69. I mean, what a great this year to me. Seriously, if I'm a throwaway team, you know, if I don't believe I have a chance, why not? But do I honestly believe Bonds could hit 20 home runs? I really do. I really do believe Barry Bonds could hit 20 home runs right now. 20 plus. 25. I think I said 25. I really do. Well, I mean in a full season. I guess in 60 games, what do I think he could hit? I think he could hit 10. I think he could hit 10 in a 60 game season. I wasn't thinking in terms of 60 game season when I said that. Yeah, you know who's going to be? It's going to be Jose Altuve out of 299. Oh, is that you, Neil? You have the Cubs? No, the Reds, I mean? Yeah, I'm looking at the Cubs. I'm sorry. I should be looking at the Reds. I'm sorry, Neil. That is Neil Goodman. Good for you, Neil. That's a nice one. Joey Votto. Kevin Crone. You can tell I'm all messed up today still. I've got no rhythm at all. I've got no brain rhythm at all. That's most days, but you know what I'm saying. Let's move you guys up. So we're going to break the... then we're going to break another finest case. And our finest case yesterday was awesome. Did you guys... Anyone get in that finest case yesterday? That was an awesome case. So we'll break that one at 6. Or it'll go live at 6. We'll break that at 7. And then we'll... and then eBay. And then eBay. 10 o'clock and 1 a.m. Then we're done for the weekend. Then we are done for the weekend. I've still got some cooking and things I have to do tonight, so it's going to be some work. I'll be up late, but I'm used to it. I'll put my baked beans in the oven at 250. Let them go for about 6 hours. And then for the last 2 hours, I'll bring them up to about 350. And I will take off, there's our first blue bomb. I'll take off that lid and let them get nice and thick and delicious. Nice and thick and delicious. Let's adjust the camera down just a little bit. So anyone have any fun plans for the 4th? Everyone's still in lockdown? Anyone not in lockdown where they're going to have anything fun going on? I think we're going to hit an auto out of here too. I have a feeling. Even though to me, I mean, that Joey Votto kind of makes the case. You know, Joey Votto out of 5. I like it. You're at the beach. Nice. You guys, are they letting you guys go out, Jesse? Anthony Rizzo for the Cubs. Can you actually go out and do stuff? Not going anywhere? We're just going to, you know, like I said, over to the in-laws on the lake, and they're going to shoot off fireworks at the lake, and so hang out on the boat and look up at the sky and fish. My wife bought me a pole. I used to have one, but haven't had one for a long time because we haven't fished since we moved out to Missouri. I think one time. So I got rid of everything. But I am definitely not going to buy anything fancy. Detroit Tigers gold. So you can shoot them off from your house? That's cool. And the Mike Trout thing, you know, I'm gonna leave my personal feelings out of it, but I'll just say that, you know, every player has the right to opt out this year, and I can understand why they might want to. And if he chooses to opt out, I don't think it's any negative anything against him. He's got a pregnant wife at home. You know, you have to make the decision that is best for you and your family. And if that's the decision that is best for you and your family, more power to you. You know what I'm saying? More power to you. Will I be disappointed? Yes, but not in Mike Trout, but disappointed that I don't get to see Mike Trout play. Because all we can all do is the absolute best we can, given all the circumstances that are involved and everything that's happening, and you know, make the best choices we can for ourselves and our family. And so if he doesn't play, it will be not as much fun, but it's going to be a 60-game mad dash anyway. And so the Angels will miss him a lot. And I mean this in the best way possible because of the way the season's going to play out. I don't think baseball will miss him all that much because there will be so much madness happening. You know? So if there were a year that, you know, he was going to take off, this is the one, you know? My American League pick before the season started and all this happened was the Tampa Bay Rays, and I'm staying with them. My National League pick, as much as I don't want to admit that this is the team that I am picking, it is the Dodgers, and I am sticking with them. I might dislike the team, but it's hard not to see why they are favored in the National League. I will be rooting hard for my Giants. To kick the crap out of the Dodgers every time they play. So, yeah, but you know what, Jesse? Honestly, they've got too much talent every year and they can't win. But I think if there was a year to win, it would be this year. I think this year helps the most important person on their team. And to me, the most important person on their team is Clayton Kershaw. And this year helps Clayton Kershaw. Gold Camargo. I think his back will hold up better this year. So I think if they have a chance, it is this year. I think if it was a 162 game season, I would not be favoring them. But in 60 games, I can see why they would be. LGM, last game mojo. Last late game magic. Oh, late game magic. No. Ooh, look at that. Brendan McKay. That's a nice one. Nice one for the White Sox spot. Brendan McKay out of 199. 149 out of 199. Black. Brendan McKay, black auto. You are 100% correct. I agree with that completely. I think it's a chemistry thing as much as it is a talent thing, and I think what the Dodgers lack is that chemistry. And because I think that chemistry is part and parcel to your belief that you can win. Oh man, yeah. If you start off 4-8, you're out. I honestly believe that. I think you're out. Nationals were, what were they saying today on the MLB Network? They were sub 500 in their first 60 games. I think momentum is a big thing this year, but I think chemistry is how you win. You know. I think 20 games in, you got to be 500. I think anyone below 500 after 20 games is in a heap load of hurt. It's just not a lot of time to make up. Blake Snell, Tampa Bay. Honestly, I'm telling you, we're going to hit that doggone Disco McCutcheon. One of these days, we are going to hit that Disco McCutcheon. It might be next year after value is dropped through the floor. And we go back to a case. Hey, look what I got. A case of 2020 Series 2. Let's crack it and see what happens. And then we pull it. Cha-ching. And I'm going to say to you guys, again, I know the people in this room, no one in here sent me a message. Honestly, that's why I put that thing up there. I've got 18 cases sitting behind me, and I can pick up more. You know, I can have them here in 2 days. Do I think Jalen Davis is going to be a good player? I think Jalen Davis certainly does have the potential to be an outstanding player. He has a lot of power. He has a lot of power. So do I like him? Yes, I do. Oh, wrong one. I think that he is one of those guys that could be. I think there's some if about him. But if he can pull it all together, I guess you could say that on anybody. I think he could be a truly excellent 30-plus home run year guy. And he's showing signs of being that guy. But, you know. What is my most coveted Giants card? Ooh. Man, that is a tough one. You know, I'm going to be honest with you, Charlie. I think that for me, it's less about the value when we talk about that, and more about the circumstance, because I do have a number of cards that I have that came to me from people in the crew. Guys, give me 1 sec. This is a call I got to take, so I'm sorry. Hello? It is. Yeah. Well, I got the card. I got the case. Let's work on the floors. All right, I'm sorry about that, guys. Someone sent me, I think I said this to you later. Somebody would say, it wouldn't be a mistake coming back. They sent me extra product, and I had to talk to them about it. They haven't called me yet. Turns out they had a drop ship from somebody else. So we got to figure it out. Clayton Kershaw. If I didn't know Garrick well enough to know he will just say whatever he's gonna say just for the sake of saying it, I would probably debate it. But you know, there's not a real argument against him coming back. There's no good argument against him coming back. None. So I can't debate foolishness. We could debate whether or not Trout should come back, but again, I'm pretty good on that, but there's just absolutely no reason why Bonds should not come back if they offered him a contract. I mean, there's just no good reason for him not to come back. I hope Jalen Davis does blow up. So anyway, Charlie, back to what we were talking about. And I do apologize for that, guys. I just had to be honest about it. The guy, I was supposed to get 5 cases from him. I ended up getting 6 cases and 4 extra boxes. So I just had to let him know. Turns out the same distributor that I use drop shipped it to me. And so it was their mistake. So I'm going to have to get a hold of them and find out, you know, what's going on. We don't stand on opposite ends of the seesaw. No, we don't. You just like to do it to be contrary. We don't stand on the opposite side of anything because, again, I will say to you and I will mean it, the guy is one of the greatest players of all time. Every single thing that you see backs that up. Everything. On the field, all the statistics and everything back that up 100%. You just want to do it because I am a Giants fan. Just be honest about it. Because if it was Clayton Kershaw, and I was a Dodger fan, or I don't know, whoever, somebody, you would be arguing the other way just for the sake of arguing the other way. I mean, let's just be honest. How would you like that, Mike? You know, Cable Guy, another great reason to have him come back. Another great reason to have him come back. No, there was a story about the Giants. I don't know if it's real or not, about the Giants potentially signing Bonds back this year. I'm sure it's only a fake and no one's actually ever talked about it. But I was just saying how I thought it would be a fantastic idea for the Giants. As a non-contender, bring back one of the fan favorites ever and let all the cardboard people in the stands get a chance to see him play. And Garrick, I'm not saying there's anything wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with that. Because if I were on your end and you were the breaker, I would do the same thing to you. Oh, it was on the actual Giants, an official or one of the fan sites? Man, I'm telling you what, I think it's the greatest idea ever. What's up, Robbie? I think it's the greatest idea ever. It's not going to happen in a million years, but I think it's the greatest idea ever. You know, that's a good point. That's a good point. He did. You're right. But yeah, I love the idea. I love it. Never going to happen, but I love it. Love it. CC Sabathia. Garrick, again, I honestly would do the same thing to you. So, yeah, no problem at all. I get it. I know coming in that you're going to do that, so it's all right. I think that for non-Giants fans might feel like it's complicated. But for Giants fans, I can tell you it is not complicated in the least. I'm excellent, Robbie. How are you today? It is not complicated in the least. It is not complicated in the least. The guy, again, on the field was one of the greatest hitters ever to play the game. He was a great fielder. He stole all the bases. He is one of the top 5 baseball players ever to play this game. Now, the mixed feelings do come in where the PED stuff is concerned. But I look at it in the larger context. If Barry Bonds were the only one, Alex Bregman, during that time to do it and got caught, I get it. But the thing is, when 90% of the league was doing it, you know, when 90% of the league was doing it, there's no well. Offensively, he had a 5-year run, the likes of which no player in the history of the game has ever had. And did it when he was over 40. So you can argue the PED thing, and I get the PED argument. Did you, Robbie? Good. Were they okay? I get the PED argument, but I think the PED argument is silly when there are Hall of Famers in there right now who cheated, and They have been using all kinds of things throughout the history of this game, and then so we're semantics. Could you make a different argument where Pete Rose is concerned? You could, because you don't know whether or not Pete Rose threw a game, and that is that is completely different to me than willfully throwing a game is different than what everyone was doing at that time. I think Pete Rose should be in the Hall of Fame. So don't ask me. I'm clearly on the side of cheaters. You bet, Robbie. Because my argument will be to every single writer who does not vote for Bonds and does not vote for Roger Clemens, is there a Hall of Famer there right now who you believe cheated? And I know there are, and any of the old writers know there are. So if that is the case, then you are keeping them out for no good reason at all. No good reason at all. Yes, there are guys in the Hall who took PEDs, 100%. There's absolutely no reason for those two not to be in there. See, every single time we bring up something, then we get mired in all this. So let's not get mired in all this, and let's just say how entertaining it would be to have one of the older guys, somebody over 50, whoever it is, come back and play this year. Whoever it is. The denial thing, come on, all these guys denied it. Garrett, give me a break with the denial thing. The only ones who didn't deny it are the ones who got caught, are the ones who are so obvious. Give me a break. Yes, pitchers altering baseballs. I mean, honestly, the whole argument, eliminate every cheater from the Hall of Fame, and then you have it. Honestly, I truly believe that Babe Ruth was a cheater, because I think all those beer and hot dogs helped him. I don't know how, but I think they did. I think somehow showing up to the game drunk was an advantage for him somehow. The record's not tarnished. The record's not tarnished. There's nothing. Oh, look at that. Josh Hader now. Wow. Josh Hader out of 50. The record is not tarnished. It's not tarnished at all. Again, because some of the guys that have hit 500 home runs have been cheaters. The image of the record is not tarnished. Baseball is what baseball is. You don't think that... Okay, let me ask you this. I'm just going to ask you this question, Mike. Back in the 40s and into the 50s, they had what they called greenies, pep pills. Okay, pep pills. What we now call amphetamines, right? And so you don't think there's any chance at any point in his career Willie Mays or Hank Aaron took any pep pills? You don't think someone said to them, well, hey, take this. This will help you, wake you up a little bit for the game. If you think there's zero chance that happened, then I agree with you. But I think there's zero chance that it did not happen. I think those kind of things have been acceptable in the game for a long time. Amphetamines were fine for people to take for a long time. And no one ever complained about it. That was a part of the game. Little tired, little drunk the night before. Oh, we aren't? Oh, okay, then. My bad, Mike. Then I agree with whatever you said. I take everything back, and I agree with Mike, whatever Mike says. There. Now we're in agreement. Should someone like, I think, Altuve, or Justin Verlander, who I think have the kind of numbers that could eventually get them in the Hall of Fame if they sustain it, should they be kept out of the Hall of Fame because of what happened in 2017? I don't think so. Yeah, you know what? It wasn't outcast though by the public. You know who it was outcast by? People who don't pay that much attention to baseball. People who dislike Barry Bonds. Because I'll guarantee you, if he were a beloved player, if he was not a jerk, and he is, if he were not a jerk, if people thought Barry Bonds was the greatest guy in the whole world, we would not even be having this. There wouldn't even be this much of an uproar. He would be in the Hall of Fame right now. McGuire just got caught. Sammy Sosa just flat out, whatever. Rafael Palmeiro, there wouldn't even be this. If he was beloved, if he were Ken Griffey Jr., he's not the biggest jerk ever. He's not the biggest jerk. I met the guy, and he is not the biggest jerk ever. He did not like the media. He did not purposely go out of his way to mistreat fans. Albert Bell was a bigger jerk. Albert Bell was a bigger jerk than Barry Bonds was. Albert Bell was a big jerk to everybody. And, if we want to go, oh, here we go, Disco McCutcheon. You are not Disco McCutcheon, Jake Fraley. Ricky Henderson is a schmuck. Oh, my Lord. Anyone who refers to himself in the third person, at least Barry Bonds doesn't say Barry Bonds. At least not that I've seen. Ozzie Smith is a giant jerk. Ask people around St. Louis whether Ozzie Smith is a giant jerk. Ozzie Smith is a big jerk. So I think that, having met Barry, having been in that locker room, having covered the Giants several games like I did when I was much younger, I think I can say that did he not like certain writers and things? Absolutely did. But I never saw him be a jerk to, flat out be a jerk to fans. He didn't like to sign for people, but you know what? That was a financial thing for him. Why are people breaking Series 2? Well, Tim, let me just say, do I know you, Tim, or did you just jump in our channel to call out a product? But let me just say to you, before we get too mired in the weeds, that there are a ton of rookies that we have not been able to see yet because this is an odd year for baseball. Roger Maris, Yankees, out of 50. And so part of this is speculation. But the thing is, part of this is also that it's flagship, Tim. And I guess for some people, they don't understand it. Flagship is always popular because people like to collect their teams. I guess that if you are someone who comes from the standpoint of, I got to have big hits, I got to have big hits, I got to have big hits, you're not going to like this product. I don't know about, I'll take your word for it, Dave. You're an honest guy. So I guess it comes with your perspective, Tim, And I think Howard's right as well. Short prints, SSPs, autos, and relics. Yeah, I'm here just for my team and hoping to score an auto. There you go, Jesse. Are you in this break, Jesse? Are you in our Facebook group? We have so many new people, it's hard for me to follow everyone. So, again, I understand the perspective. I understand that perspective. And if you are looking from the perspective of, I just like hits, then you're right. If you're looking at it from the perspective of, Rob, you might be right. Maybe dropping your pants around kids is probably a bad thing. But yeah, I mean, and I take offense. I mean, I'm certainly not angry. Nice, Jesse. All right, good to have you. Good to have you. I take a little umbrage to when people just jump in the feed and say that, but I mean, I do understand the perspective, but I think you have to look at it bigger than this, bigger than what people look at it is now. This is, you know, again, if we had baseball running up to now, would Lou Bob be the only rookie? He wouldn't be. He wouldn't be, because there would be other guys, you know. I agree with that, Mike. But I'm trying to be a kinder, gentler Dune, which is why I didn't ask Robbie to block him completely right away. I mean, I understand why some people say that. I do understand why some people say that. I do take a little offense at people just jumping in the feed and doing that. But I mean, you know, on a normal season, would this guy be getting $300 for a jumbo break? No, I don't believe he would, because I believe there would be other players who would also be taking some of that thunder. But this is an odd year. You know what I'm saying? It's a strange thing. Right. And so, you know. So I would say to you, Tim S., maybe that if you're going to just jump in the feed, maybe, you know, hey, I got a question. Can I ask you something? You know, something like that might be helpful. And you won't probably get people who give you as much pushback. But, you know, I get it. Yeah, yes, Mike, yes. Been there. Spent that money and got, yeah, got bupkis. And I may get this year. I don't know. Yes, talking baseball. That's a good chunk of the reason why we're all here too. So everyone can roll my poor Giants, my poor defenseless, won 3 World Series in 5 years when your team hasn't, Giants. I know you wouldn't, Mike, and we will be. So let's hope that when we do, that that doesn't happen to us, because I hate that when that happens to us. I'm going to tell you guys that we open. Ow, Jesse, that's painful. That's so mean. It might be true, but that's mean. We opened a case of Hobby the last 2 nights on eBay, and do you know that there was not one auto in that entire Hobby case? Not one. The only autos that came, because I opened an extra box, an extra jumbo box with each one, those were the only autos. One auto was the gold, who's the guy we've hit 3 times now for the Twins? Anyway, one auto was him. And then last night we hit Michael Chavez patch auto out of 35. Yeah, those were the only 2 autographs in that entire product. Oh no, wait. I think did we not? No, I think that was the only 2. We didn't even pull one in the silver packs. And that is so highly unusual, because when we open the Hobby, what do we have? 4 autos in the Hobby? Here he is, everyone. Disco McCutcheon. You are not Disco McCutcheon. Now, Rob, you know you can't use that word in there. I have to take that word out. So I apologize to you, Rob. I apologize for taking that down, but you know the strongest word that we can use in our feed is hell or crap. You can say hell because it's a place. Just ask Dodger fans. Okay. Our hobby case yesterday was great. The one in the Facebook group, it was excellent. No, David. What's the matter with you? See what Tim did? Dang it. All right, I'll give you a refund. Everyone say goodbye to David. David, it's been good having you in the group. Unfortunately, you're gone. Robbie, can you do the honors, please, and block him permanently and kick him out of the Facebook group? Ryan McBroom. Ryan McBroom. And that's a joke, Robbie. Don't do it. Because Robbie will do it. No, don't do it. It's a joke. I'm kidding. Ryan McBroom. McBroom. Never heard of him. McBroom. David, that's mean. No refunds, no exchanges. I'm sorry. Oh, dang it. Oh, well. Sorry, David. David, you live local, don't you? Aren't you somewhere here in Missouri? Am I thinking right? Man, yeah, no, Mandy would have pulled the trigger on you real quick. I wouldn't have had the time to tell anybody that I was joking. He'd have been gone. I'd have had to go back and unmute him, and I'd have been getting nasty messages through Facebook. It'd have been a mess. Mandy doesn't play games. She just goes and gets them. Danny Mendick. Well, Danny, I mean, you're a rookie and you're a second base shortstop, so I know, which is why I said that. You can't do anything on Facebook. Danny Mendick. Mike Schmidt. Mike Leake. Mike Leake is a decent pitcher. Lou Bob. David, who did you have today? Cardinals, right? And somebody else? Cardinals and the Pirates. Cardinals and the Pirates. Mm-hmm. We aren't done yet. And usually we SP pretty heavy with the Cardinals. They have 3 or 4, right? So patience is a virtue. I think Robbie really did block him. He's not talking. Robbie gave him the boot. Robbie, why are you being mean? Colton Wong. Mike Trout. So anybody watching the MLB Network right now? I shut it down 2 minutes before the end of the break. Uh-oh, hold on. I got to put a 1 hour reminder. Let me get through this pack. 1 hour reminder on the last finest case I have in-house. If it is half what the one yesterday was, it's going to be a fantastic case. Not out of this product. I never have, Chris. I have out of Donruss. Panini, but never out of Topps. That would be awesome. I'd love to pull one. But I'm not special enough to pull one. I'm a Giants fan. I'm not some fan of some fancy team. 1 minute. Or so. Do. Let's get you in. Let's get you in. Somebody wants to join the group. I need more, people. Tom Wright. All right. All right, Robbie. We'll see you later. I don't know. Let's see who it was. I didn't look. No. Oh, it's a friend of Larry Rice. Where's Larry at? Is he here? So we had our first. Wait a minute. How come we're short an auto? Did we have a box without an auto? Did I put an auto in a wrong stack? Oh, I did. Okay. I put Brendan McKay in the wrong stack. Thank goodness. I was about to you know. So what else we got going on? Somebody's got to have something fun going on. Javier Baez. It's Friday. None of you guys have anything going on? Nothing fun happening? Any more baseball discussions we need to have? Baseball team with the worst record this year. Hernandez Gold. There's your toughest question. Oh, nice. First haircut, huh? I went down and got my haircut, and I was like, can you trim the beard? Lady was like, no. What? I can't touch your face. I said, you're touching my head. What do you mean you can't touch my face? I just don't think I think she's intimidated by my beard. It can be intimidating. Orioles, huh? That's a good pick. Tigers, maybe? Maybe Tigers? I think the Orioles are a good pick. I think it's going to be a team people are going to not expect. Had I known they weren't going to do it. Ooh, gold. Look at that. Out of 25, Sonny Gray for the Reds. So the Reds are patching it up. Ooh, Tigers. Yeah, good call. Good call. 14 out of 25, Sonny Gray for the Reds. Our second. You know, I think I would have told everyone, Mike, everything right up until pedicure, and then I would have left that out. I think I'd have left that out. I'm not judging you. But somewhere in this group right now, someone is judging you because you said pedicure. If pedicures are your thing, more power to you. What about the National League? Who's the worst team in the National League? And I know everyone's going to say the Giants, but let's be realistic. Marlins, yeah. I can see that. Hey! Second gold. Warren Spahn. You look like the same mad scientist, you just have less hair. Josh Rojaz. Hey, look at that. Lou Bob. Poor Marlins. Poor Derek Jeter. Actually, I don't feel bad for him at all, but whatever. Hey! Man, the Reds this break, huh? Look at that. Akiyama. And then Jake from State Farm. The Reds. Do the parallels seem like a tougher pull in series? You know what? I don't think so. I don't think so. We've been hitting them pretty good. Akiyama, this is the same as the other. I think it was out of 199. Oh, it's 149. 30 out of 149. Even better. Look at Neil. Nice. Get an extra auto. Shogo Akiyama. Shogu? Is it Shogo? Shogu? I don't know. Not a Reds fan. I don't dislike the Reds, but I just don't follow them. I barely follow the Giants roster. Usually I'm like, who's that dude? Then I have to go look it up. We've had cases, I would say, Rob, where there's a really good mix, and we've had cases where there only have been 2 or 3. I know we've had a couple of blacks. Have we had anything besides a couple of blacks? I don't think we've had we had a case where we had 2 camos in it. We had a case where, in the same case where we had the 2 camos, I think there were 2 Independence Day, 2 camo, and like 2 Mother's Day and a Father's Day, something like that. It was crazy, all the stuff that was in it. So I think there's more in hobby. So that's that. Nothing that I would call consistency, though, with those. I mean, you know. Max Muncy. Josh Reddick. Cal. Are you doing another hobby break? Yeah, I have several more cases of hobby back there, so we will do more. All through the month of July. It'll take us till the end of July to sell through everything that I have behind me. So yes. Any A's hits? Nice. Good for you, Neil. Have we had any A's hits? I don't think we've had any A's hits yet. I don't think. Oh, look at that. Marcus Simeon. We got an A's hit. Pretty good A's. I mean, pretty good break for the Reds, though, right? You got the out of 5 auto, and then you got a patch out of 25. Then you got the Akiyama. Chew gold. Tim Lopes. But honestly, everyone who wants to get the White Sox will get the White Sox. It'll happen. It'll happen. And then some people who are like, I don't really want them, but some new person joined, and then they sent me a message and said it's too hard. And I'm like, yeah, it is a little tough, but you know, it'll do well if you stick with it. You'll get there. Nick Senzel for the Reds. And if the Facebook group, you know, I mean, we're going to be pretty consistent with 2 breaks a day. If we need 3, we need 3. You know, and we'll DJ LeMahieu, and we'll figure out a way to add a 3rd. Yeah, but at least you know, everyone's going to get a chance. You know what I'm saying? Because let's be honest. And this is a rhetorical question. How many of you guys out there are really, genuinely, and honestly White Sox fans? And how many of you want a shot at the White Sox because of the potential payoff? You know what I'm saying? And if you're a genuine, true White Sox fan, well, then you are going to get the White Sox because we have enough cases everybody's going to get them. And if you are just in it for the, you know, the potential of the spot, then you're going to get a shot at that as well. You know what I'm saying? So I think both sides of this will get it. You know, I mean, we could just open it up, and then there would be, like, honestly, like 4 people who get them every single time. But we're trying to spread the love. We may need to spread the love on the Phillies spot, but I mean, it's kind of a moot point if we can't hit Disco McCutchen, right? If we can't hit Disco McCutchen, we can't hit, you know. Eventually, we got to hit him. And I will refer to him as Disco McCutchen forever. Soto, George Foster. Club Cutchin, that's a good one too. Yeah, that's a good one too. But those are the kind of teams, you know, Ashley, that you like to see, though. It's good to have those kind of things and know that at least, and again, I don't mean this the way it's going to come out, but it's going to sound the way that it's going to sound when I say this. At least you guys know you're with a breaker who will have enough of the product to make it, you know, worth your while to be able to chase that spot if that's what you choose to do. You know? Uh-oh, black auto of Carlos Carrasco for the Indians. Indians go one of the last teams, and there's your payoff. Carlos Carrasco out of 199. I mean, there are some things that I would have liked to have had more of when we were really deep in the trenches of no product being released. But, you know, certainly moving forward, I don't see any of that happening. Like I said, with this one, we were able I was able to reload so quickly and got, you know, the number that I wanted within a day. And that'll be the case, you know. I mean, I only have one more case of Topps Finest in-house, but, you know, getting more is not a complicated thing. Getting more at the price that I'd like to be at, so I don't have to raise prices, is different. But with Finest, I think there's still some give in the price versus possibility of what can come out. Hey, look at that. And this is a good one now, too. This is a good one, too, because this guy's a rookie. We pulled him in the we pulled him yesterday. He was our clear. And so here's again the reason why I think it's another of the reasons why I think it's unfair to peg this as a crappy product. I mean, we got a camo for a guy who is it looks like he's going to be a decent player. You know what I'm saying? And so here's a camo for the A's, 14 out of 25. Oh. You know, yeah, and maybe we can do some things about that, Chewy. There, we have done in the past where if you got into the first break, you know, and we've done that with other products that you got to sit this one out so other people can get in. And if it's that heavy, I would probably do that. But we're going to have, I mean, figure that it'll be, you know, unless something drastic happens and I don't get anywhere near the allocation that I want, even on secondary, we're going to end up picking up a bunch of cases. So, and if it gets to the point where we're just, you know, 100 different people are trying to claim, we will do the in one case out the next. You know what I'm saying? So to give as many people as possible a chance to buy in, or to give those who haven't bought in a 30-second head start on the claims, you know, that kind of thing. Whatever we'll do, we'll spread it around as much as we can. I'm gonna bet that in the Chrome, unless something happens, I just want to do PYT. Unless something happens, we'll be doing PYT. Make sure you guys are checking for your advanced stat cards, because in amongst all this yakking and fun we've been having, I have not been looking for those. So make sure you're looking for those advanced stat when you get them home. So I do apologize for that. I completely forgot about them. I prefer PYT, and I will go to that every single time over random if I can. Our group tends to like PYT more, but if the numbers can't justify it, like what happened with Chrome, it was just about, okay, Disco McCutcheon or Lou Bob or Babe Ruth SSP. Let's see if it's an SP or an SSP. It's a 15. Rios. Again, though, another guy who looks like he's going to be a decent player. So there's some potential for this card. Rios for the Dodgers, SP. And CL and I work together a lot on pricing. So Last Box Mojo, guys. No, what do we know, Dyson? Oh, yeah. I think he has a chance to be a good player. So that's another one I think could potentially be a very good hit. Oh yeah, no, I mean today. I usually look for him, but advanced stats are someone I would look for anyway, because if I feel like at the what happened at the RIP party, I missed one and it was Lux, and they sold it for like $800 when they got home or something. $700. I think it was Mandy or Marie, actually. Are we done with the Mojo? So we're ahead of the curve on. I would always check too. Yeah, I would too. We're ahead of the curve on camos, though. There should come every one every 4.5 cases, and we've certainly been ahead of that. We have certainly been ahead of that. There's Lou Bob. And behind him is always Jalen Davis. That was a different... Last time Jake from State Farm was on the top of the other ones. That's weird. Jake from State Farm. This one feels like there's something there. Let's see if I am. Looks like there's something in the back. What color is it? Is there something in the back? That might be another. It's white, and it looks like it's a hit. That might be a second auto. Hey, look at that. Savali. This is the second one of him we pulled as well. I wonder if we pulled Savali in the same case as we pulled the other guy last time, because I know we pulled him before. So 2 silver pack autos in this case. I mean, it's not great that it's Savali. I am going to be honest with you guys. But it is good that we've had 2, and this one's out of 199. So now the Indians are 2 autos in. Indians are a sneaky spot. Indians are a sneaky spot because they have lots of potential, you know, guys they can hit. So these are both out of 199. So not bad for the Indians. Not bad for the Indians. I like it. Our second case with 2 autos. Because the other one that we had with 2 autos had Jalen Davis and Kim, I believe was the other one that we had. Kim from the Cardinals. I'm pretty sure that's who it was. Kim and Jalen Davis. Might have been the third, now that I'm thinking about it, because I do think that the other time, I think this is the second Savali, and there was a second auto in there with that. I don't know. I'd have to go back and look. I'm lazy. Adam Wainwright. Vintage stock. Adam Wainwright for the Cardinals. So David Chickering, former RCB crew member David Chickering, has an Adam Wainwright out of 99. He voluntarily left us. Wallpaper, eBay. Uh-oh, now I'm getting messages. Oh, let's see. Oh. Ryan, you all, I can't tell you what the message was. I got so many, yeah, I got so much stuff. So many projects back there with things I want to get to that I just haven't been able to get to yet. I will get there. I will get there. Come hell or high water, I will get there. What does that mean? Come hell or high water? I guess high water, understand. Whatever. Now we need to hit one of the Trout. Decade of Dominance or whatever it's called. We need to hit one Player of the Decade. One of those autos. That would be awesome. So just a reminder, I am taking tomorrow off. I know I've mentioned it several times. I'm going to keep mentioning it throughout the day. Just so everybody remembers that no breaks from us tomorrow. Shipping on Sunday. Back up Monday. Again with these things. Mike Trout. Glybar Torres. Glybar Torres. Luba. Let's see. Hold on one sec. We've seemed to have hit a. We started out like a house of fire, and now we've finest break yesterday. We were going the whole time. There was no hitching our giddy up. Might have been the fact that I was a little over the top having fun too. Oh yeah, we've hit a lot of advanced stats. I just haven't been looking for them in this case, but we usually hit 2 or 3 a case, Jesse. So I would definitely look for them when you get. If you're in this break, I would definitely be searching for them. Usually they're pretty easy to tell because they will come behind something other insert, but then the times they don't, and they feel much slicker. I usually am able to just pick them up as we're going through, but we've been talking so much I haven't been paying as much attention as I normally do. Because something like this is just hugely. So they would be, usually right behind this if they showed up. Eric Hosmer. Or the, Tops Now thing, but we definitely have hit quite a few of them. So our 6 boxes will bring 8 autos. I like that. Maybe our last auto will be a redemption auto. Lots of redemptions. I was looking at that last night to see who had redemptions in this product. There's a lot of redemptions. So the fact that the one redemption we did hit was in fact Lou Bob, that's pretty good. That's pretty good. I'm pretty happy with that. I'm unhappy that I can't seem to get any of the Giants autos out of this product. Ah! That is not the one that I meant. That is not the one I meant. I meant Tim Lincecum and Will Clark. That is not the way that was supposed to go down. My bad. Right when you start having the conversation, out jumps the Giants auto. Tyler Chatwood. No one? I'm the only one who found that funny? Okay. Scott, if you watch our breaks on a regular basis, you'll notice that happens a lot. I call them quite often. I call them. I hit my calls. The Lubob. I mean the thing. The thing with the Disco McCutcheon. I'm just having a block, but I do call them a lot. You think that I should throw in a box because of that? I mean, I could raise prices to something similar to what we're seeing on eBay first before we do that. I mean, that would help. And then throw an extra box wouldn't be a big deal. Is it a 15 or a 16? Where's Krabby at? Krabby says it's a 15, so we got a shot. What? That's a new one. I think that's the first Daza that I've hit. Jonathan Daza. I mean, I'm all for throwing an extra product. I know you are. That's why I'm messing with you. I meant to say, what I should have said first before I hit that Dubon is, Will Clark has some autographs in here, and so does Tim Lincecum. And while I've hit all the other guys, I would like to hit Lincecum or Will Clark. If I would have said that ahead of time, then I would have, it would have, of course, changed, and it would have been Lincecum or Will Clark. Because those things happen. Cards do magically change in the pack. If he was in here, that'd be awesome, wouldn't it? If he was in here, I I have a hard time believing that you're going to see Bonds in any Topps product. I think it's a pure money thing because Bonds he has his own website where he sells his own stuff. But maybe, I mean, to me that would be I don't know. It would be cool if they would put him back in here, though. I mean, why do we have McGuire and Sosa back in here and not Bonds? You can't even put a... And maybe it is because he just doesn't want to be, you know? Stanton. But seems like something that should happen. Giancarlo Stanton. Yankees. Is this a gold? Is this a gold out of 50? It is 35 out of 50. Montreal Expos team card. Montreal Expos, of course, are the Washington Nationals. Nope, not that one. And so they will go to the Washington Nationals. Cespedes. Sandy Koufax. The one, believe it or not, the one Bonds that I am chasing is 1997 Fleer. I have a thing set up on eBay. I have all the other Giants autos except for Bonds. And that card sells for $150 to $200, and I just cannot get myself, you know, to pull the trigger. I don't know why I've spent $500 buying Joey Bart autos. I don't understand what my hitch and my giddy up is when it's going to complete my set. Goldschmidt for the Cardinals. But something doesn't want me to, so I'm not. Goldie for the Cardinals. Jake Bowers is not Jake from State Farm. Wonder if Buster Posey. I didn't even check it. I don't think Buster Posey has an autograph for this. All right, let's go through and recap. Okay, so one Topps now. 3 of the 2030. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 of the base for Lou Bob. We'll do the non-auto stuff first. Daza Wainwright is a 99. Where do you go? You go over there. There. Gold we'll put together. Really? Interesting. Black. So not good on the color in this case. Not as good as you would like it to be, for sure. These are the extra ones. These are all black out of $2.99 that I put in sleeves. We had 2 extra Lou Bobs out of the silver packs, non-auto. The other silver pack, non-auto hits, Anthony Rizzo for the Cubs out of 75 and Zach Collins out of 99. For the Major League Material, CC Sabathia for the Yankees, Javier Baez for the Cubs, and that's the wrong stack. Javier Baez for the Cubs. You go over here. You are in, what? Did I just mess up these stacks altogether? I did. Okay. And I am making a mess of it today. Okay, the draft. Clayton Kershaw for the Dodgers, not numbered. Alex Bregman for the Astros. I don't think any of these were numbered. Not numbered. Nick Senzel for the Reds. Not numbered. And Goldschmidt for the Cardinals. Also not numbered. We had 2 of these that were non-autoed. 1 out of 25, Sonny Gray for the Reds, and 1 out of 50, Manny Machado for the Padres. The game used memorabilia, Ozzie Albies for the Braves, Ozzie for the Cardinals, Simeon for the A's, and Stanton for the Yankees. We had, let's see, let's go here. Now let's go here. 1 vintage stock. Usually we get 2 or 3. So 1 in this one for the Cardinals, Adam Wainwright out of 99. Only 3 colors. Only 3 colors. 2 black. These are both out of 69. Ryan McBroom. I'm never going to get used to that. For the Kansas City Royals, and Robert Duggar for the Miami Marlins. And then we did hit 1 camo. Sheldon Neese for the A's. 14 out of 25. We had 3 gold total, 2 that came out of the silver pack, whatever that other pack is called. Roger Maris for the Yankees and Warren Spahn for the Braves. And then we had out of the regular packs for the Nationals out of 50, 35 out of 50, the Montreal Expos team cards. SPs, no Disco McCutcheon again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, only 7. So 1 box did not have an SP. Josh Hader for the Brewers. For the Phillies, Rhys Hoskins. Rays, Snell. Fraley for the Mariners. Wow. Dobnak for the Twins. Rios for the Dodgers. And Daza for the Rockies. That's strange. What's up, Dallas? Autos, we had 8 because we had some out of the silver packs as well. I had 1 auto for the Giants. Mauricio Dubon, base. The 2 silver pack autos were Aaron Savali for the Indians out of 199, and then Akiyama for the Reds out of 149. The only non-numbered auto, oh no, that's not true. We had 2 non-numbered, but Danny Mendick for the White Sox is not numbered. We had 2 black, Brendan McKay and Carlos Carrasco. Both of these are out of 199. Josh Hader, that's a nice little auto, out of 50. And then our hit for the break, really nice, Joey Votto, 1 out of 5. Joey Votto, 1 out of 5 for the Reds. There you go. Another case in. I like it. I like it. I think that Joey Votto is an excellent hit. Excellent hit. So we'll be back in 21 minutes. The listing for the last finest case will go live, and then we'll see you guys at 7 o'clock to break that. Thank you all very much. As always, great conversation, and I will talk to you guys soon.